Let's do a quick overview of alcohol metabolism. Just like glucose and fatty acids, alcohol is metabolized in a stepwise fashion through a series of chemical reactions. In people with low to moderate intakes, alcohol is oxidized first into acetaldehyde by the action of alcohol dehydrogenase. So there's going to be a lot of very big words here, but basically there's one pathway here illustrated in the middle. We take ethanol, which is the form of alcohol, and you transform it through a series of reactions, and with this enzyme, alcohol dehydrogenase, into acetaldehyde right here. This is one of the intermediate compounds. Then acetaldehyde, which is actually toxic in large amounts in the body, gets transformed with the help of aldehyde dehydrogenase into acetyl-CoA. Remember acetyl-CoA from the citric acid cycle? In people who abuse alcohol or in large amounts of alcohol consumption, alcohol gets metabolized through the microsomal ethanol oxidizing system, or MEOS. This is the same pathway that metabolizes drugs when you take drugs. Again, alcohol gets broken down and changed into acetyl-CoA, but does so through a different pathway. Most of the alcohol is oxidized in the stomach, but only some of the alcohol is oxidized in the stomach. Most is oxidized in the liver. In small or moderated amounts of alcohol, again, you'll use the ADH pathways, and as soon as you have large amounts of alcohol, the MEOS pathway will kick in to help metabolize the alcohol. Typically, alcohol is metabolized at a rate of about 1 drink per hour. This rate can vary between people depending on the genetic profile, the state of health, body size, use of medication, nutritional status, etc. But it tends to be relatively at the same rate. The greater disparity between the rate of alcohol intake and the rate of alcohol oxidation equals the higher amount of blood alcohol level, because whatever alcohol can't be processed gets released back into the bloodstream as the pathways metabolize alcohol. There's no way to speed up that process. You can't go for a walk, consume caffeine, consume herbal nutrient supplements. Alcohol will be metabolized at a certain rate, and there's nothing you can do to speed it up, contrary to popular belief. The degree to which acetaldehyde accumulates depends on the relative activity of these two enzymes, ADH and ALDH. In certain ethnic populations, such as the Asian population, sometimes the activity of the ADH is much higher than the activity of the ALDH, resulting in an accumulation of acetaldehyde with alcohol consumption. So that can lead to facial flushing, headaches, nausea, tachycardia, which is a rapid heartbeat, and hyperventilation. As an individual's alcohol intake increases over time, the liver's ADH pathway becomes less and less efficient, and the MEOS pathway becomes more active. As a result of increased MEOS activity, the liver metabolizes alcohol more efficiently, and blood alcohol levels rises more slowly, which means you get an increased tolerance to alcohol the more alcohol you consume. People who chronically consume alcohol in more than moderate amounts are at significant risk of dangerous drug-alcohol interactions. If you were to take medication or drugs, they would get processed through the MEOS pathway. But alcohol always gets priority. So if you consume drugs with alcohol, alcohol will get priority in this pathway, and the drugs will circulate in the system for a longer period of time, exaggerating or intensifying the effects of the drug. Therefore, combining drugs and alcohol can be quite dangerous. So for alcohol metabolism that takes place mostly in the liver, but a little bit in the stomach, you typically use the ADH pathway to transform ethanol into acetaldehyde. In large amounts or with chronic alcohol use, use the MEOS pathway, which also transforms ethanol into acetyl-CoA, but then takes away from the medication or the drug metabolic pathways.